Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one into the end zone for an opening touchback.
If you know, that's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Kenyon Drake, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Murray. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
7-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
With the handoff to
back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. On 3rd down, Carson. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they'll probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Murray going to run play action with Drake and look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Griffin there on the tackle. A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Shotgun now from Murray. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That goes for 14 yards. 1st down, Cardinals.
At the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Murray. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Murray to air it out again. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On 1st down, Drake. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Murray. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And a good result there as that'll get out of bounds and pin them back at their 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complimentary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
It's second and inches.
Now it's Carson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Here's second and 10. To throw again, Wilson. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Russell Wilson sacked. A loss of 2 yards. It's second down.
That's Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it second down and 12. We're scoreless after 1. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Here's Wilson. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. On third down, Wilson. And able to find Dorsett. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
First down, Seahawks.
On first down is Carson. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
A gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do work.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it. Switch. Back. Check.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
It's a loss of 2.
Now, this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line. And after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go. Let's twist. 49. Check 49.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second and 12.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, Keys. Easy, put him. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. And he hits Drake. And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Murray. It's complete to Drake. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, how to get it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
And you don't see this one very often, but that one was blocked, deflected, whatever you want to call it, and they were able to pick it up and advance it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And as a punter, with the heels of your shoes in the back of that end zone, tough spot to be in. The nightmare scenario plays out. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Seahawks 7. Cardinals nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Always got some breathing room. Touchdown, Cardinals. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast. Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others, they say challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blow. Head of steam there. Be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now a draw play with Drake. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Deuce.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
By Shaquem Griffin. The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
This one caught by Isabella. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Well, if you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Isabella on the return. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
They'll take over 1st
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Flush to his right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
10 at their own 21-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
At the 27-yard line.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Mayowa on the tackle.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. Going deep for Hopkins. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 19. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded in the end zone. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Carson. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 39, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 48, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
They'll run on 1st down. Drake, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
He's brought down at the
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's not going to get me.
Right back to Drake. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We hit a wall, so to speak.
And it hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing is Wilson. He finds Dorsett. It's complete.
Wilson's pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what do we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And now here is another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Complete.
Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
The kick is good.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because
pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula. And he's going to go down again. Vinny Curry in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Andy Lee now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or 2. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On 1st down, it's Carson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Falcons' leading tackler a season ago, Devondre Campbell, gets another one there.
At the 33-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 16. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
And the Seahawks first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They run it with Carson. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
3 yards.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Murray being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Darrell Taylor in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Von Kennard on the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Carson to throw on third down. And he's got Lockett. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That third down conversion good for 23.
First down.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Draw play. This is Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
On the tackle.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
14.
They run again with Carson. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
The tackle made.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Big stop, dude. Big stop. Let's go.
So the victory here for Seattle. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Seahawks, it'll be a much happier locker room here as they get that first win after 5 straight losses to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the San Francisco.